The American Pulse studio glows with blazing lights, the audience split between fiery red MAGA hats and glittering Hollywood banners. Karoline, Leavitt, the youngest White House press secretary in history, steps out elegant in a green suit, eyes sharp as a blade across from her Jim Carrey comedy legend, and Painter smirks, his gaze dripping with sarcasm before diving into the story. Comment where you're watching from and don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss the latest stories. Last week, Carrey posted a caricature on ex-Trump as a clown king Leavitt as a tweeting puppet. The post enraged MAGA, and Leavitt chose to confront him to defend her honor. She accepted the talk show invite, ready to throw a punch. Carrey, Leavitt begins, voice steely, your paintings call us a circus, but the truth isn't as colorful as your strokes. Maggot cheers drown the room, cameras catching Carrey freeze, hands clenching tight. Carrey steps to the podium, raising his iPad like a victory flag. Miss Leavitt, he says, voice low and dramatic, you call my art cheap? Let me show you art that speaks what the White House hides. The big screen lights up, revealing a new drawing, a chaotic maze, Trump at the center, phone in hand, surrounded by blindfolded MAGA crowds. Leavitt appears tiny in the corner, a speech bubble, saying, tweet, this is your America. Carrey points at the painting, a maze of lies, and you're the blind guide. Hollywood claps wildly, someone shouts, that's right, Jim. But MAGA roars back, a young man raising a fist lies. Leavitt sits upright, hands lightly on the table, eyes locked on Carrey. She doesn't smile, but her lips twitch slightly. Carrey, sensing the tense silence, pushes harder. Miss Karoline, you defend a president who only divides has turned America into a reality show, and you're the slogan. Shout. He turns to the audience, voice mock serious, who wants to see the new episode of Trump's Chaos? Hollywood laughs loudly, but MAGA fumes, a woman yelling, shut up. Carrey. The host raises a hand, trying to restore order. Everyone calm down, let Miss Leavitt speak. Carrey doesn't stop, he steps closer to Leavitt, pointing directly at her. You say, I don't know the truth. I paint what Americans see, a failed leader dragging the country into the mud. You young lady think you can save him with a few sound bites. He spreads his arms, inviting the audience. Who wants this White House to wake up? Who wants truth beyond my paintings? Hollywood cheers loudly, but MAGA drowns them out, boos shaking the room. In Carrey's mind, thoughts race, she's tough, but I'm the stage master, he tells himself, recalling times he left audiences in stitches. One more jab, and she'll crack. He smiles, voice lowering, Karoline, I don't hate you, you're smart with a future, but why pick Team MAGA? Ditch Trump and Hollywood. We'll give you a better script. Hollywood laughs uproariously, someone yells, starring role, but MAGA roars, a man holding up a phone, she's stronger than you. Leavitt lifts her head, hands relaxed, voice calm but cutting like a sword. Mr. Carrey, you call that truth? I see a man painting for laughs, not unity. The words hit like an arrow, the room silent for a second before MAGA erupts, applause drowning out boos. Carrey opens his mouth, but Leavitt raises a hand, signaling, stop, I'm not done, she says, eyes piercing, you mock Americans who believe in us, that's not art, it's arrogance. MAGA cheers, someone shouts, Karoline's right. Carrey freezes, hand running through his hair, smile stiffening. The host jumps in, voice excited, Mr. Carrey, Miss Lita just called your art arrogant. How do you respond? Carrey takes a deep breath, eyes flashing with anger mixed with confusion. She's turning the tables, he thinks, feeling the stage tilt toward Leavitt. He glances at the painting on the screen, the chaotic maze still glowing, but for the first time Carrey wonders if he underestimated his opponent. Arrogant, Carrey retorts, voice rising, pointing at Leavitt, Miss Karoline, I paint to expose what you hide behind polished words. People don't need slogans, they need light. Carrey steps forward, eyes blazing, you say I divide, I show them an America manipulated by empty promises. The room shakes after Jim Carr's attack, stage lights burn hot, Hollywood still clapping, but MAGA's shouts grow fiercer, drowning out laughter. Carrey by the podium, smirk intact but eyes flickering with doubt. The maze painting still glows on the big screen, Trump with his phone, Leavitt tiny in the corner, yet Karoline Leavitt isn't overshadowed. She sits tall, hands relaxed, eyes like a blade locked on Carrey, ready to flip the game. The host, sensing the tension like a taut string, turns to Leavitt, Miss Karoline, Mr. Carrey just called the White House a maze of lies. How do you counter? The audience falls silent, waiting. Leavitt stands, green dress shimmering under the lights, voice calm but razor sharp. Carrey, she starts, pointing at the painting, you draw America as a maze, but who's really leading us astray? She pauses, eyes sweeping the room, you call those who believe in us blind, I call them patriots fighting for the American dream. MAGA explodes, applause like thunder, someone waving a sign. Karoline speaks truth, Hollywood boos, but it's weaker, overtaken. Carrey opens his mouth, trying to cut in. Miss Leavitt, the American dream, that's the nightmare Trump created, but Leavitt raises a hand, signaling stop. Her voice sharper, you talk of nightmares, look at your art, you paint to mock, to divide, then call it truth. She steps closer to the podium, pointing at Carrey, truth isn't in your brush strokes, it's in Americans who rise daily despite Hollywood's insults. The room quakes, MAGA chanting Karoline, Karoline. Carrey, feeling the pressure from MAGA's cheers, tries to regain control. Miss Karoline, you talk of patriotism, patriots don't back a president turning the White House into a joke. He turns to the audience, Voice mocks sorrowful, I paint because I love America, because I wanted to wake up before it's too late. Hollywood claps, but Mega yells bull. A man raises a fist. You're the joke. Carrey smirks, trying to stay confident, but his hand trembles slightly, eyes scanning Leavitt for weakness. Leavitt gives him no chance. Love America, Mr. Carrey, she asks, voice low but piercing. Then why insult millions who chose our path? You call them blind, but I see them clearer than your paintings. She pauses, eyes cutting through. You don't paint truth, you paint your ego. The room goes quiet for a second, then MAGA erupts, applause crashing like waves. Hollywood tries to boo, but it fades in Carr's mind. A wave of doubt surges. She's turning the crowd. He thinks, feeling the stage slip away. He recalls his caricatures cheered wildly, but now facing Leavitt he feels like a supporting actor. I need to hit harder. He tells himself, gripping the iPad. He steps forward, voice softening, feigning empathy. Caroline, I don't want to fight. You're young, you can do more. Why not leave MAGA, do what's right for America? He winks at Hollywood, expecting laughs, but only a few respond. Mega roars, she's righter than you. Lee smiles faintly, eyes never leaving Carrey. Do what's right, she asks, voice slicing. I'm here for the people, not cheap laughs. You're the one who needs to wake up, Mr. Carrey. MAGA claps wildly, someone filming the moment. Carrey opens his mouth, but no words come. Jim Carr's chaotic maze painting still glows on the big screen, but its shine dims before Caroline Leavitt's sharp counter. Carrey stands by the podium, gripping the iPad, his sarcastic smile now a mask hiding unease. Leavitt sits tall, eyes locked on her opponent, lips slightly curved as if she knows Carrey's boxing himself in Carr's animated video. Trump spitting fire, MAGA flags burning, still glows on the big screen, but its glory fades before Leavitt's counterattack. Carrey stands by the podium, gripping the iPad, his sarcastic smile sharper as if regaining the upper hand. Leavitt sits tall, eyes like a blade locked on him, lips slightly curved, sensing the decisive moment has come. The host, feeling the drama hit its peak, turns to Carrey. Mr. Carrey, Miss Leavitt just said you ignore the people. How do you respond? The audience hushes. MAGA waving truth matters signs. Hollywood whispering support. Carrey takes a deep breath, steps closer to Leavitt, voice rising almost a growl. Miss Caroline, he points at her, you say, I don't see the people, I paint to protect them. From your White House, a fake prism full of lies. He turns to the audience, arms wide, pleading. Who wants America trapped in MAGA's drama? Who wants Miss Leavitt to keep painting illusions? Hollywood erupts, clapping wildly. Someone yells, that's right, Jim. MAGA roars back, you're washed up. Carrey doesn't stop. He swipes the iPad, the big screen shifting to a new image, a still painting Leavitt on the White House podium, holding a embassy, her face hidden by a mask with a fake smile. Miss Caroline, he says, voice low and dramatic, you call me arrogant? Look at yourself, a young actress hiding truth behind White House glamour. He turns to the audience, voice mock empathetic, I don't blame you. Caroline, youth gets swept up in big promises, but the people deserve more than a play. Hollywood roars, a woman shouting, Jim speaks truth. MAGA rages, someone raising a fist lies. The camera pans to Leavitt, her eyes flashing cold, but she stays silent as if waiting. In Carr's mind, confidence surges. She can't counter this time, he thinks, feeling the room tilt back to him. He recalls crowds cheering his art, and now with the mask painting he believes his hit Leavitt's weakness. One more blow and she's down, he tells himself, smile widening, eyes blazing. Leavitt stands, green dress shimmering, eyes locked on Carrey. She raises a hand signaling silence, the room instantly still drawn into the void. Mr. Carrey, she says, voice slow and firm, you talk of truth. She pauses, eyes sweeping the crowd, then locking on him. Leavitt steps forward, pointing at the mask painting. Truth is what you forgot when you painted masks to divide. Truth is the American people who you call dreamers fighting for this country. Truth isn't Hollywood's punchline. MAGA erupts, standing to cheer, someone holding up a phone. Caroline's unstoppable. Hollywood freezes, stunned. Carrey staggers, mouth open but speechless. Truth, he stammers, hands gripping the iPad until his knuckles whiten. You, what are you saying? I show them the truth, but his voice falters like a whisper in the wind. Leavitt smiles faintly, eyes piercing. No, Mr. Carrey, she says, voice low but sharp as a blade. Truth is you lost yourself in the stage lights, the room quakes. MAGA chanting truth, truth. The camera zooms on Carrey, eyes darting, smile gone. He lost it. The mask painting on the screen now seems to reflect him, not Leavitt. In Carrey's mind, panic surges. She's made me the fool, he thinks, feeling the stage collapse. He recalls Hollywood's applause moments ago, but now before Leavitt is a puppet with cut strings. I have to respond, he tells himself, but his mind's blank. He opens his mouth, voice trembling, you're wrong, I expose. But MAGA laughs loudly, someone shouting, expose what? Truth. One. Carrey stands frozen, eyes lost like a painting fallen from its frame, and Leavitt's mind victory swells. He thought a mask would shake me, she thinks, recalling times the media tried to tear her down, but truth outshines every stroke. She looks at Carrey, her gaze no longer a blade but a light exposing undeniable truth. She knows the room is hers, yet stays calm, letting Carrey unravel. The host jumps in, voice stunned, wow. Miss Leavitt just landed a knockout. Mr. Carrey, anything to say? Carrey takes a deep breath, forcing a smile, but it's a crooked grimace. You're good. He mutters, hands dropping the iPad, eyes adrift. MAGA claps wildly. Hollywood silent, conceding defeat. Leavitt knows Carrey's lost, not just to her but to millions. He mocks, she whispers to herself, truth isn't just a word, it's power. The room still shakes, Mega's truth echoing like a fire, let it lit, burning Car's arrogant art to ash. She looks at him, eyes no longer challenging, but certain. Truth has won across. Jim Carrey stands, silent hands dropping the iPad, eyes lost like an actor forgetting his lines. The animated video on the big screen is off, but Leavitt's truth, fired like a bullet felling Carrey, still burns in the audience's minds. The host voice, trembling with excitement, wraps up, "Miss Leavitt just shook the studio, thank you. Both will be back." Mega stands, clapping relentlessly, while Hollywood quietly leaves, accepting defeat. As the backstage door closes, a media storm erupts. The talk show clip hits social platforms, instantly headlines screaming, "Leavitt destroys Carrey with one word." Within hours, the clip spreads across Instagram, TikTok, and X, racking up millions of views. Leavitt's truth moment is cut into a short video, flooding everywhere. Comments pour in. Caroline's the Mega Queen and Carrey's done a Mega fan. On TikTok posts a reenactment mimicking Leavitt's raised hand caption, "Truth lands a knockout." Hollywood fans try to fight back, writing, "Jim just wanted to save America," but they are drowned by Leavitt's wave. Names emerge, Carrey stammering text reading, "When truth hits you hard," flooding X and Instagram. On X, #Truth by Leavitt hits #1 in an hour. Mega users post Leavitt's raised hand captioning, "Gen Z made history." One writes, "Karoline said truth and Carrey crumbled. That's Mega power." #Carrey meltdown trends too, with memes of Carrey running his hand through his hair, eyes lost next to "When you think you're a star but get crushed by one word." A Mega user posts Hollywood 0 White House 1 Carrey fans try to counter one, writing, "Jim just spoke truth. MAGA's too sensitive," but it gets few likes, buried by thousands of Leavitt retweets on Truth social posts. Briefly, Karoline, "Leavitt just taught Hollywood a lesson. Truth is the strongest weapon. Great job." It's retweeted millions of times, with comments President's right and Karoline's Mega pride. A Mega TikToker claiming to be Leavitt's fan posts a dance video with text, "Truth, Truth, Karoline's unstoppable." The video spreads from X to Instagram, turning truth into a new slogan. Some neutral accounts join, writing, "Whoever you like, Leavitt's sharp." No doubt. X becomes a battlefield with #Truth by Leavitt dominating every debate. Carrey back at his hotel sits before his laptop, eyes empty. He opens X, sees #Carrey meltdown trending, heart sinking. He types a tweet, "I'm misunderstood. I paint for America, not to divide." Instantly, hundreds of Mega comments flood in. "Misunderstood. Truth said it all and sit down, Jim." A meme pops up, Carrey stunned, text reading, "Truth Hollywood." Carrey deletes the tweet, hands trembling slightly, eyes lost in space. He thinks of the stage where Leavitt turned him into a punchline with one word, "I underestimated her." He tells himself, feeling Hollywood's lights now alien. Leavitt in the backstage green room checks her phone, messages from the White House team flood in, "You did it, Karoline." An aide sends a meme of Carrey stammering, and she laughs, but her eyes stay sharp. She opens X, sees #Truth by Leavitt ruling thousands of posts, calling her Gen Z's warrior. One writes, "Karoline said truth, and the nation heard. She's the future." She smiles, replying briefly, "Thank you all. Truth will always win." The post gets 1 million likes, cementing her status. Mega keeps the wave going. A fan group posts a video on Instagram reenacting the truth moment. Leavitt raising her hand, Carrey collapsing. It grabs thousands of shares, comments saying Karoline's iconic. A TikToker mimics Carrey stammering, "Truth, what's truth?" with #Truth by Leavitt. Hollywood fans try to push back, one posting, "Carrey just wanted to warn Leavitt too aggressive," but it's buried by Mega memes. Leavitt with a crown, text reading, "Queen of Truth." Media jumps in. Fox News runs a headline, "Leavitt knocks out Carrey with one word." A commentator says Karoline represents a new generation, fearless against Hollywood. CNN tries defending Carrey, writing, "Leavitt went personal. Carrey stood for art." But the article gets little traction, mocked by Mega on X. CNN's worse than Carrey. A neutral journalist tweets, "Whatever side you're on, Leavitt redefined debate. Short, sharp." Carrey in a dim room scrolls through memes and hashtags. He thinks of his comedy years when audiences laughed with him, not at him. "Where did I go wrong?" He wonders, eyes on an unfinished painting. He types a new tweet, but stops, hand hovering. Leavitt in his mind looms as a shadow he can't erase. Leavitt leaves the backstage, stepping into a car, street lights glinting. She knows the fight's not over, but truth left its mark. X still buzzes, social media flooded with her image. Mega calling her iconic. The media storm rages on after the clash at the American Pulse. #Truth by Leavitt rules. X. Leavitt's truth clip spreading across Instagram and TikTok, making her a Mega icon. Meanwhile, Jim Carrey with that lost look from the studio faces a wave of mockery. #Carrey meltdown still trending, memes flooding the net. Leavitt back at the White House carries a victory not just for her but for millions she represents. Carrey in his hotel room faces a reputation crisis. Hollywood's glow now distant. Leavitt steps into the White House briefing room the next day, elegant in a pink dress instead of green, eyes sharp with a hint of pride. She stands at the podium, mic gleaming under lights, and declares, "Truth will always win, no matter the opponent." Her voice is calm but resonant, extending truth from the talk show. "We want to hear the people's voice," she says, "not just from this room, but from every corner of America." Mega viewers watching via X explode. Karoline's the future. Fox News reports Leavitt paves the way for Gen Z. Mega the article spreads fast, solidifying her as a political star on media. Leavitt the focal point. A Mega fan paints Leavitt at the podium, truth glowing around her, posting it on Instagram with "The Queen has risen." Thousands Of comments agree. Karoline silenced Hollywood. A fan group launches a Truth Matters campaign on X urging Americans to share their truth stories. #Truth Matters climbs to top trends with a post. Karoline taught us one word can change everything. A young girl tweets, "I want to be like Karoline, strong, fearless." Leavitt sees it, replying, "You've got that strength, use it." The tweet gets a million likes, drawing her closer to youth. Leavitt gets an email from a student, "Miss Karoline, I saw you say truth and want to be a journalist. You're my role model." She smiles, replying, "Always seek truth." Okay, the small moment makes her feel a bigger mission, not just press secretary, but a spark for inspiration. In her mind, she thinks truth didn't just beat Carrey, it's lighting up the nation. She leaves the briefing room, camera flashes glinting, but her eyes look far, seeing MAGA's future wide open. Carrey, meanwhile, sinks in crisis. He sits in his studio before an unfinished painting, a faint sketch of Trump, but this time he can't finish. He opens X, sees memes of him stammering, "Truth hits hard everywhere." A post reads, "Carrey was a legend, now a joke." He scrolls, heart tightening. He tries a small podcast voice, "Horse, I'm not against the people, I just wanted to warn, but listeners don't buy it." X comments mocking, "Warn what? Leavitt's truth is stronger." An old fan tweets, "Jim, go back to comedy politics, isn't your place." Carrey reads, eyes lost in space. In car's mind, thoughts swirl. "Chaotically, I made the world laugh." He tells himself, recalling the masked days, "Why do they laugh at my failure now?" He thinks of Leavitt, the young woman who turned truth into a blade. Cutting through his glow, he types a tweet, "I still believe art can change, maybe I need time." But MAGA comments, "Flood time won't save you." He deletes it, hands trembling, feeling the stage lights gone. He looks at the painting, thinking, "Maybe I went too far." A mega TikToker posts a video mimicking Carrey running hands through hair and stammering, "Truth, what's truth?" with #truth by Leavitt. It spreads from X to Instagram, hitting 1 million views. Another meme appears, Leavitt raising her hand, Carrey falling, text reading, "Hollywood versus Truth 01." Hollywood fans try to fight back, one posting, "Carrey got personally attacked, Leavitt played unfair," but it's buried by MAGA's wave, someone writing, "Unfair truth is the fairest." X becomes a war zone with Leavitt leading media. Stays split. Fox News runs Leavitt redefines his politics with truth. A commentator says she showed Hollywood Americans won't be belittled. CNN counters Leavitt used emotional tactics. Carrey stood for his view, but the article gets mocked by MAGA on X. CNN still defends Carrey. Pathetic. A neutral journalist tweets, "Whatever side lives of voices." The post gets thousands of shares, boosting Leavitt's influence. Leavitt back in her office checks X. She sees the painting of her truth glowing and smiles. A text from Trump arrives, "Karoline, you made us proud." She replies, "Thank you, sir. Truth will lead." She thinks of Carrey not with malice, but as a lesson. Arrogance can't beat truth. She opens her laptop, prepping for the next briefing, eyes blazing, ready for new challenges. The buzz from the American Pulse lingers, but Karoline Leavitt's glow now radiates across media. #truth by Leavitt and #truth matters rule. X, her raised hand, truth image, a mega icon from Instagram to TikTok. Leavitt, after a stellar briefing, turned truth into a fire, igniting faith for millions of Americans. Meanwhile, Jim Carrey in his dark studio faces an unfinished painting and a shaky reputation. Hollywood's lights a distant memory, yet both in their own way seek a path forward. After the fateful clash, Leavitt stands in her White House office, dim lights hitting her desk, her phone glowing with hundreds of X notifications. She scrolls, seeing a fan post, "Karoline, you didn't just beat Carrey, you showed us truth is stronger than anything." She smiles, replying, "Thanks, always keep truth close." The post spreads fast, getting 1 million likes, cementing her as a Gen Z icon. She opens an email from a teacher, "Miss Leavitt, my students are debating truth after your class. You inspired them." Leavitt replies, "Teach them to trust truth." She thinks truth isn't just a word, it's a bridge to the future. Carrey craved lights, but truth is the eternal glow. She tells herself, recalling his lost look at the talk show. She doesn't see him as an enemy, but a lesson. Arrogance can't beat people's faith. She stands before a mirror, pink dress from the briefing still neat, eyes blazing. She whispers, "Truth will lead." She leaves the office, White House hallway lights glinting, signaling new challenges. Exposed. Karoline Leavitt, MAGA's future with her briefing image, millions sharing, affirming she's not just press secretary, but a guiding flame. Carrey thinks of Leavitt not with anger, but as a formidable foe. Truth, he mutters, a smile flickering. He knows he lost not for lack of talent, but for picking the wrong stage. He types a final tweet, "America needs laughs, I'll try to bring them back." It gets supportive comments, "Welcome back, funny Jim." He turns off his phone, eyes distant, seeing a new stage. Lights. Leavitt steps to the briefing podium, camera flashes blazing. She says, "Truth is our strength." Cameras capture it. X explodes. Karoline leads Carrey far away, watches the news, smiling faintly. He puts away his script, thinking she's right, but I've got my own light, both in different ways. Open futures. Leavitt with truth, Carrey with laughs. X still buzzes, but questions linger. How will Leavitt shape politics? Will Carrey reclaim his laughter? Only time will tell. The story of Karoline Leavitt versus Jim Carrey at the American Pulse deeply reflects the polarization in today's United States, where values, Beliefs and voices clash on public platforms like social media, and news. Leavitt with truth represents those defending their faith sharply concisely, while Carrey with caricatures shows how some use art to attack but risk losing connection. The moment Leavitt floored Carrey with one word, igniting the studio and flooding X with #truth by Leavitt proves the power of simplicity and sincerity in communication. Conversely, Carrey, though talented, faltered when his art was seen as arrogant, failing to touch people's hearts as #Carrey meltdown memes mock the spread of truth on TikTok and Instagram. Plus, the Truth Matters campaign shows how social media amplifies individual voices but can bury others, like Carrey drowned by memes. The lesson is, in a divided society, speak your truth with sincerity and respect, but don't let arrogance or attacks dim your message. David won not just with truth but by connecting with people, as a student's email showed her. Inspiring Carrey, though defeated, finds hope. Recalling comedy's laughs, suggesting anyone can correct course by returning to core values in today's America. Listen like Leavitt at briefings, learn from Carrey as he shelves his art, and use truth to build, not destroy. Subscribe and follow to discover more inspiring truth moments like Leavitt's. Thanks for watching. See you in the next.